Are we live? I don't know if we're live yet, are we? Can anyone tell me? Are we live? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I take it we're live then. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Long time. Where's everybody from? Always like to know that. Don't ask me why. For some reason, just do. A nice cold one. How is everybody? Everybody's here. Everyone must be bored today. Just need to see one thing. Bear with me a second. Now I think we're good to go. Helga's here, Studman, Scott, Neil, everybody's here. Steve's here. All right. How is everybody? Now we've got a few things to go through. Some shout outs, some stickers, some goodies, some new tools, as you can see there. So just wait for everyone to get in. Any questions, anything? Mike, you're gonna have to stop that. You're just gonna have to stop that. Thank you. Helga's here. We've got something from you here, Mike. We'll share in a second, and Helga. Thought I'd have a wig. I have got a wig, can't you see it? It's really fine. I was never gone, just having a little break until some of the strikes went away. Let's crowd from a Donald Trump there, please. You think with all his money, you'd have a better one. I did get your package. It's here. I'm going to give you a shout out. That's the name. It's all here. I'm just waiting to start, really. Just want to see if anyone's got any questions or anything like that for me before we start. That was it. I'm only down to one screen today because I was having problems and I realized what it was. It was my HDMI cable causing me problems. 4 thumbs down already. Well, you know you make it when you got at least 1 thumbs down 5 hours before you start. We don't mind. We like thumbs down. I don't really give a shit. Thumbs down all you want. Faith, bothered. No, you didn't spell the address. Do I have? I know I don't have trousers on. I just have some sexy crotchless thong on. You know, and some nice stockings. What more do you want on? Really? You're in a nice cold shed. Nice to get a bit of breeze going, you know. Oh, you like that, did you, Helga? Is that what Mike uses, is it? I'll stand up later towards the end. We don't want to, you know, we have to build suspense. Yeah, Rob did have a sex change. That's 100% true. That's why you haven't seen him. He showed me some pictures, so I'll have to do a special video for him. His name's not Rob anymore, though. It's Vanessa. He likes to be called Vanessa. Fishnet tights. What's my opinion on Sealy tools? I have to say, some of the Sealy stuff is really good. I use some of the Sealy stuff and never really had an issue. It's good price, and they do a couple of different ranges. They do I think it's called a premium, Sealy Premium or something, and they're really good too. So yeah, I like Sealy. Again, if it's got good guarantee and it's cheap, you can't really go wrong. Where have I been? I haven't been anywhere. Just keeping the old nut down. We'll call him Candy. Oh, Sean's here. How you doing, Sean? I'm not working. I'm just said I'd do a quick live stream just to kind of. Am I pulling him down? I said I'd do a quick live stream and just to kind of say hello. Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. You're mad, but thank you. Just a quick live stream just to say hello. We're back. We're get to making some videos again, and yeah, it's all good. I've been still making videos. So I've got lots of videos to come, lots of videos up, and I just need to share them. But like I said, just kind of waiting for other stuff to die down first. I just answered that question, Alan. Yeah, still doing videos. That's the problem, is a delay from when I talk to when I see the comments. Do you want to start seeing what goodies we got here, or do you want to ask me more questions? And what do you think of the Pico? I'm still getting used to it. There's still a hell of a lot on it that I still don't know about. The stuff you can do on it is phenomenal. And it's thanks to Steve that is basically showing me some of the settings and stuff that, you know, it is a fantastic piece of kit. I had a few problems with doing some AC work with a lot of noise, but I don't know. We're going to see if we can work past that. But so far, so good, I have to say. You see the earth strap is actually on the top, and the reason is for that is because I'm having issues with, I thought it was with my HDMI, I cleaned my ports on the computer, which helped, but as it turns out, it was my HDMI socket. If I can find it here. Don't know if you're going to be able to see that. The rust that's built up on that, maybe not. And that was causing some horrible feedback, and it wasn't earthing itself properly. So that's all now sorted. So you don't need that earth now. We've got lots of videos coming up on that. So I've missed some of the no tape over the people. Otherwise, that's for copyrights, is it? I just lost more hair. No, it's still the same. So we've got some good videos coming up. You can see they're not very. I'm going to get some pictures of the old waveforms we've got coming up in videos. Right. Can anyone tell me? Is that going to show what waveform? Oh, it's not. There we go. Anyone know what waveform that is? Yes, we've got some good videos. Do you think you need? Personally, yeah, I think you do need a 4-channel because a lot of the times, especially if you're doing in-depth stuff on the new modern vehicles, like if you want to do a cam and crank, there's two cam sensors and a crank. So a lot of the times you need more than two. Don't get me wrong, a 2-channel scope, nothing wrong with. They're a lot cheaper, and you know, lots of times, yeah, 2 channels is fine. But I'd say there's 4 channels. You get if you spend a lot of money on a 2-channel scope, you'd wish you spend the extra few quid on a 4. That's all I can say, because you tend to use. You tend to use 3 channels more often than 2. It's not an injector, no. It's not a glow plug. Yeah, I don't know where you're putting the probes on a mosquito. Now I'm getting a phone call. Oh, here we go. Hello. Are you watching me, are you? Okay. What do you think? Am I gorgeous? Oh, yeah, that's all right. I'm gorgeous, apparently, people. How are you doing? You can see me as well, can you? Oh, you got a dinosaur balloon. You're not bothered about seeing me on the telly now. You just got a dinosaur balloon, and you're happy enough with that. All right, talk to you later. Yeah, she's got a dinosaur balloon. She doesn't care about seeing me. Crankshaft Centre. No, not Crankshaft Centre. So yeah, I would definitely get a 4-channel scope. The Pika is just so powerful. It's unbelievable. Just what you can do, and a good. I think it's better with a touchscreen computer as well. Just to have that. It's just a bit easier with a touchscreen computer, I think. It's zoom into the. Yeah, I'm so used to using the Snap-on one, and while the Snap-on one is good, the functions are quite limited, and you can't really do too much. Where on this, you can just do so much more, and I'm still figuring out even simple things, like you can make the waveform bigger, just physically make it bigger. It doesn't stretch it out anything, just makes it bigger so you can see it easier. Little things like that, and you just press a button and it does it. It's fantastic. I haven't really used too much of the guides, to be honest with you, Mike. I used to use, I got into some of the, because on the Pico software, you can actually, you can select what sensor you do, and it's like a preset thing. But the problem is, it's kind of set to the older one. This is a lot more powerful, and you can turn it up. To give you an idea, on this one, you want to be using at least 1 million megasamples all the time, minimum, because it goes up to 5 million. So, and I was going, to 250. I wasn't cranking it up enough because I just forgot, and I wasn't really used to it. So yeah, cranking it up a lot more and seeing a lot more detail compared to the Snap-on. And the fact that you can zoom into it, you can't zoom into the Snap-on one. So yeah. But there's a lot of other good ones out there too that I've seen. So once you're used to one thing, I'm so used to the Snap-on, and like I said, there's only a few little things you can do with it, and you just forget the options that's in there. So, do you want to see what goodies I've got? First thing I'm going to show, I don't know, I want to show a tool, and I want you to guess. I think I show the tool first for the fact. I want you to guess how much it is. It's basically two things. It's one tool, but there's two parts. And all it is a spring compressor, but it's a good one. Now, it's closed down at the minute. This can extend to, 4 or 5 times bigger than that. And it's adjustable here. So when the spring goes in, there's special locks for the spring here, and the jaws are completely adjustable. It's made by Facom. It comes in 2 pieces. The jaws are separate to the main body, but tell me how much the full list price is on this bad boy, and it's bloody heavy. There's not really one spring that's not going to do it. Oh. So, any guesses? What I missed? I don't know what I missed. Where am I looking? We're talking about the world, are we? So any guesses on that, people? 500 euros? What Thomas thinks? Any more guesses? 250? We've got a couple of guesses. 750 euros, 450, 750, 150k, 750 or 725, 850. You might be surprised. A couple more guesses. Now, you can also use air ratchets and air guns on it as well. You don't have to pump. You don't have to spin it by hand. 150, 200. I've got 200 change. Getting rolling 1500. Couple more guesses, and I'll tell you. Free from Factor. I wish it was free, Thomas. It's not free. I wish. I send it to you. 18. People are Googling it now. I can just see people are trying to Google it. $87. That's an unusual number. Why not just round it up to 90? or 85? 87. I like it. Got any more guesses? We'll give it another minute or so because there's a bit of a delay from when I say it to the chat coming up. I can tell you no one's got it right so far. 150. 90. Oh, he's rounded up. Thanks, dear, for rounding it up. Pretty funny what it keeps reporting you. 900, 600, 1350, 1250. A camel. Hot dog. Yeah, close. 500. Right, we'll tell you. 2,800 euros. Yes, I said 2,800 euros for that. Yeah. Yeah. That's going to shock a few people. Because you can actually buy the big cabinets for that, the ones with them built into it. Let's see what people say about that. But that's euros. That's what it is in Ireland. I'm not sure about any other way in the world. We're going to be doing a video on it. Is it worth it? Does it call Apple? Well, you can just chuck it on Apple and it kind of calls it, I suppose. Now, I do like certain things about it because the worst thing is compression springs. I hate doing it. There's a few really clever locks and stuff on that. Still doesn't mean it's not going to, you know, kill you or anything, but I like some of the locks on it. But we're going to do a video, is it worth it? $3,200. That's what it is, $3,200. For that, for a spring compressor, a handheld spring compressor. I've seen the big ones that you know, that stand alone, they've got all the doors and gates around for that type of price. Yeah, it's expensive, but we'll see if it's any good. Right, let's get into some of this stuff here. So the first thing I've got is, it's a t-shirt. Open it up. And can you see that? Get you this first. It's from the Disgruntled Mechanic. Go and check him out. He's on the chat. Him and Helga are here. So go and check him out. We're going to be wearing this in a video. And it's got a pocket. You Americans seem to be mad for pockets. 2,400 sterling, yeah. Silverline makes one for £8. Homemade one, yeah. So there we go. Look, Disgruntled Mechanic. Check him out. You can see him. He's in the. I don't know why I'm pointing because you don't know what I'm pointing to. I'm pointing to him in the chat. You'll see him now. Go and subscribe to him if you haven't already. Helga's here as well. She makes some fantastic food, and there's some chocolate in here too. I don't know why he thinks or he knows I like chocolate. I really don't understand how or why he knows that, but obviously he does. Nice place to put smoke. So I don't smoke though. We'll put something in there. I tell you what we'll put in there, Mike. We'll put a few of these in there. They won't last long though, because obviously I'll bend down and they'll fall out. It's not that I'll eat them. What oil do I need in my Mark 7 Golf? I think it's the 530, 502, 504 spec, is it? Is it 504 spec in that? It's 504 or 502, just check it out. Make sure you get the right spec though. It's 502. I think it's 504 that's in that. You'll be waiting a while then. Right, so what's next? We have some more stickers. So we have SMA, oh, there we go. SMA Auto Stickers. Again, he's in the chat, everybody. Go and check him out. You can see him there. So thanks a lot for sending me some stickers. We always like stickers. Put in the old box. We've got some more stickers here. From Hard Knocks 4, there we go. Oh, keep putting the camera on face. This is a little magnet from Hard Knock 4, there we go. And we've got some stickers from him too. You can see him there again. I don't think he's here at the minute, but I'll be putting all the links down to their channels. And if you read what he says on there, go on to his channel and see what that's all about. I won't spoil it for you. I'll let you figure it out yourself. No panties because they never fit. So, yeah. T-shirts next. I've always got a place for emergency jelly. Oh, I don't like jelly babies. I don't know what it is with jelly babies. What we've got next? We've got the new, well, I don't think it's particularly that new, but a new launch Diag Gun 4. It's wireless, which is really handy. Essentially works on an Android phone, essentially. Lots of videos coming up on that bad boy too. Handy. Handy, handy. Jelly babies. You can bring your own. You can bring your own jelly babies. How about that? We won't stop you bringing your own. Can't say further than that. I need to chat back where. This is going to check in. Okay, Rob. Park, how you doing? And what we got next? Now these things, I'm going to be doing a video on these things. These things are absolutely fantastic. I've had them for a while. He didn't send them to me. I actually contacted him as soon as I saw him because, as you know, I'm getting a new toolbox because I've been basically needing one, and I've basically paid it off. It's not anything fancy or anything like that, but it's a toolbox. And I saw these because I was looking for ways to organize my tools, and I couldn't find anything properly. And when you did find something, it was absolutely ridiculous price. And it just never, you know, if you've got a set of spanners, there was always either not enough holes in for your spanners, or there was gaps where basically they were too big for your spanners. And if you're like me and you have like a set of spanners and there's a couple of spaces in there, it just does your head in. Doesn't look very neat and it looks horrible. Where this guy, he's from America, he's designed them himself, he's an expert, he works on aircraft materials. I will be doing a separate video on this. Toolbox Widget, that's the company, so he's got Instagram posts and absolutely everything. But what they do is, it's just phenomenal. So this is what you get. Now this one is designed for spanners. Oh, you can't really see that. Let's get the glare off. But they're modular. And that's what I really, really like about them. We've got a sticker. We'll bang that on the old toolbox. But essentially, he does them for everything at the minute. Now, he's only releasing a certain amount, but you can do them for screwdrivers, sockets, spanners, you name it, they do it. But what's really good about them is, as you can see, they've got magnets on. So they're fully magnetized. They sit in your box. Now, on this particular case, this is for spanners that slot in there. Also, you can get optional extras to stick in the top, which gives you what size your spanners are. But what I really like about them is, like I said, they're modular. So you can buy a single one. There's a double one. So in other words, if you've got, say, I don't know, 7 spanners, for example, and you can't find a holder that can hold 7 spanners, you can make 7 out of this, or 8 or 10 or whatever you want. You can just keep adding to it as many as you want. And what happens is, you see, it just gets longer and longer. And they are absolutely fantastic. It's such a clever idea. And it's, like I said, it's modular. That's the best thing about it. So I want to show that kind of in a better video than what we're kind of doing now. But they're unreal. And like I said, he made them, he designed them, he's done absolutely everything, which is just fantastic. So go and check him out. Tell him I sent you. You can see him on Instagram, and I will be doing a second video when I get the box, just to show you kind of how they look in the box and all that sort of stuff. You know, it's bloody good. Thanks, Paul. Careful not to give everything back. So, any questions before we get on to the next few bits? What's the height of them? Good question. They are that high. I take measures over there. I'll tell you the exact height. 1 second. Just kind of got a chair set up, and it's not set up in the best place. They are 45 mil high. So for our American friends, that's just over 1.5 inches. 1 3/4 inches. So that's how high they are. And a magnet on the bottom of it. Easy to find them in Ireland. Easy to find these, is it? If you contact him, he actually sent me these direct from America. I don't know if he's got any resellers, but you can contact him directly and he will send them to you. Like I said, I'll be doing a video on them where I'll be getting him to talk about them and trying to do a quick little video with him as well, just so we can explain. He kind of did the same thing as me. The reason he made them is because he was looking for something for his toolbox and he couldn't find it. Like I was looking at loads of stuff, you know, all the snap-on magnet trays and stuff, which are just ridiculously expensive. And again, depending on what set you've got, they're either too short or they've got holes, you know, that you haven't got enough of it. And it's a waste of space and it's really annoying. But then you can just keep adding to them. You know, you can add 1 and 2, so you'll always have Amazon says unavailable. Yeah, I'd say he's sold out of them. I know he keeps making them, but if you contact him through Facebook, Mike, I'll be putting the links, not through Facebook, through Instagram. You just put in widgets, toolbox widget, you'll see him, and just telling you where you saw him from. And the proper video I'll be doing, trying to get him to come on when he's free and just to tell him a bit about himself and stuff like that, because it's always nice to hear that sort of stuff. But honestly, absolutely fantastic. And when he releases them all properly, so in other words, the screwdriver ones, the spanner ones, the socket ones, yeah, just unreal. And they're the smallest ones I've seen in the sense of they don't take up any room. You know, compared to some of that, like the magnet trays are quite wide and they take up a lot of room. There's really no wasted space with them. What would you recommend? Sockets. As regards what holders for sockets, is it? Because he does do socket ones of them, and the best thing about having any type of toolbox organizer is when you take something out of them, you'll know there's a space there, so you'll know if you're missing one or not. Yeah, he does do sockets, Neil, for them. I don't know if he's released them yet, but he's shown them on his page that he has made them. And like I said, your socket set, like for example, I've got one over there, and it's for a 1/2 inch, and it only goes up to 27 mil, but my sockets go up to 32 mil. So that one's no good, where his ones, I can just keep adding to it. And if I get, say, a 34 and I want a, sorry, I'm on a 32 and I want a 34, when I can just add one more section and I'll get to a 34. I don't have to go for a 33. You know, I'm not going to have any wasted space. And if I take one out, I'm going to see that there's one missing, or, you know, if you're teaching other people and maybe, I don't know, they've got sticky fingers, well, you can easily tell. Steve, thank you. Thanks for that. That's £5 real, not euros. Appreciate that, mate. And everyone on the chat, anyone in blue, they've all got other channels too. So if you see anyone in blue on my channel, go and subscribe to them as well. The fella that's just giving me the money, Steve, there, he's the guy who's been helping me with the Pico, telling me all the different stuff I can do to it, because he's, you know, he's been using that a hell of a lot longer than me, and yeah, just awesome. Yeah, Mike's just put us the website up. I'm just going to quickly open that link from here without messing anything up. Yeah, you'll see them on there. Like I said, just tell him I sent you, so he knows that where you've seen them from. To be honest, I had them for ages. I had them for months, and I haven't done anything with them. I'm ashamed of myself, really. But honestly, they are absolutely fantastic. I haven't seen anything on the market like it that you can just add to and you can take away, and you can, you know, you can do all sorts with them. They're just phenomenal, and the price is good too. They're not, you know, they're not ridiculously priced or anything like that. And obviously, the more he sells, the more, you know, the cheaper he can get things. It's like everything. You should, Glenn. Like I said, his information is here. But the proper video I do with him, he was a US Marine. He was in Iraq. And he's a really nice guy to talk to. He works on aircraft. You know, he works on aircraft. So I've seen the place he works and the aircraft he works on are phenomenal. So he's an ex-Marine, really nice guy to talk to. Genius, in fact, for actually coming up with this idea. Yeah, just absolutely brilliant. So what I'll do is I will do a proper video showing them actually how they work, getting him do a little video with me with his background, with his story, showing you, because his box is obviously all laid out with this stuff, and yeah, just absolutely fantastic. Glenn's got a big tool apparently. Well, you are a tool, Glenn. You need to be in Ireland to know what that means, or in England. Or you are good. You're good, Glenn. Good for nothing. What we got next? I've got loads of tools to show, but I'm just not going to have time to kind of go through all of them. So I'm just going to pick some of the ones. This is really cool. This is a soldering iron, but a battery-powered lithium soldering iron. This is from Hobby Tools. And when I first got it, I was kind of like, a lithium-powered soldering iron, is that going to be any good? Because I've seen some reviews on some of them online, and they're basically saying they're crap. But this is for automotive use. Oh, focus camera. This is for automotive use. So we're not having to do big ground planes or anything like that. So for automotive use, there is absolutely nothing wrong with this. But the really good thing about it is there's no gas. I don't know if you're like me, and it's USB charged. You always forget to buy the gas for your gas soldering irons. When you put your gas soldering irons down, especially underneath the dash, it's still on, and you know you can burn carpets and stuff. As soon as you press this, it turns off. Now, obviously, it's still, you know, hot. You don't want to touch it straight away, but it heats up in, I think it's like 10 seconds or something. It heats up when you press it again. So yeah, it's just a really good bit of kit. So I'll be doing a video kind of on this and showing people how to solder properly. Is Mike in by any chance? Is he? I don't think he is, because I can show Mike, Flatweight Master, how to solder properly. Shame he's not in. Speak Gaelic. I can barely speak English. Never mind Gaelic. But if you want to know how to say hello to anyone in Ireland, Glenn, if you're ever in Ireland and you want to know how to say hello, just say Pogue Mahone. That's hello in Irish. So there we go. I don't even, like I say, I don't even know how to speak English, but never mind Irish. So yeah, that's a really handy piece of kit. And I think with some of the new rules coming along with workshop insurance and stuff like that, with workshop insurance, oh, it's gone. With workshop insurance, you know, things like this can bring your insurance down rather than having gas-powered things and all that sort of stuff. So yeah. So any more questions? I've got one more tool to show. It's really good. My leg's beginning to hurt because I've got this chair wrong. No, I haven't, Mike. Pogue Mahone is how to say hello in Irish. Honestly, when you're in when you're in Ireland, go up to someone and say Pogue Mahone, and they will say swing back to you like sláinte or something, which means cheers. I'm gonna Horik, you're gonna have to stop. It means hello. I was trying to hide that before someone thinking. It means hello, Horik. You should know you're in Ireland too. I think you got the translation wrong. Just next time you're in Ireland, anybody, go up to someone and say Pogue Mahone. What you gotta say? You will get you'll get a nice welcome because Irish people are very lovely like that. Don't say that in the north. You might not want to say it in Ireland either. Have you got that, Glenn? You know what to say now. Give us some beard going to. Well, you should know. You've got more of a beard than any of us. Definitely doesn't mean hello. It does mean hello. I don't know why everyone thinks it doesn't mean hello. Porrick's in the house. I think, am I right in saying you're from Sligo, Porrick? Is that right? I think you're from Sligo, if I remember correctly. I have an ABS light in my car. How to diagnose? Well, first you need to plug it in and see which fault code you're getting and what sensor it is. Yeah, so if you're from Sligo, you should know that it means hello. Just say it. That's all you gotta do. Don't just say it to somebody. And once you've going back to stupid one, once you find out what code you've actually got, then just get some live data up on all the four sensors and drive down the road and see if you can see anything dropping out. But you need to see, is it an ABS sensor or is it a pump problem or something like that first. Super, how you doing? We've got one more tool to show, and any more questions before we do that? And then we'll show it. It's a really good tool, actually. I'm excited to actually get to use it properly. I haven't used it yet. We're not always drunk, just some of the times. I need your expert knowledge. How much will you charge? It depends what it is. Could be millions though. Well, send me $1 million over and I'll answer your question. Can't say fair or not. Yeah, lots of fun. That'd be awesome, Steve. We can talk about that. I've been looking forward to that because I've kind of started hearing it being advertised now over here, which is awesome. I'm doing the jig. What have I missed there, Mike? Oh, yeah, sorry, you're answering Finn's question. Who is shooting guns in the background? Can't hear anything. Is it the birds? Or you're just so used to hearing gunshots? A million sounds like a main dealer. Well, just ask me the question and I'll see if I can answer. Main dealer prices. Actually do right now. Well, I'm looking up, it's kind of daylight. I've got a big light on. That's where you can start seeing a shadow now. I'm looking outside. Yeah, it's kind of daylight. If I didn't have that light on, you wouldn't see it. Answering Glenn. Yeah, I thought you was, Mike. I just kind of caught that as I was reading up. Well, I don't know what videos you've been watching, but you've obviously been Googling guys in skirts. I'd hate to see your internet history, Glenn. It's very scary. There's Thomas. I thought he would have been. Thomas has been in. He's been in and he's gone, it looks like. But he has been in. So, any more questions before we get on to the last tool? Oh, he's still here. I thought he'd gone, Thomas. What is the time where everybody is? It's 22:07 here in Ireland at the minute. I thought he'd gone. I hadn't seen him pop up in a while. $142. I'm the strong silent type. Oh, thanks, Steve. Steve, thank you for telling me what time it is where you are. Thanks for that. 10:42 on the West Coast. All right, Bones, how you doing? Yes, that's right, Helga. He likes skirts and jogging pants, doesn't he? Yeah, you know what I meant though, Steve. Can you do more Q&As more often? It just depends on its time. It's like everything. I only get Sundays off. I work 6 days a week, and you know, if I did Q&As and I had to do them on a Sunday, for example, you know, I need a bit of time off. So I'll see. I might do. We might both do one a month or something like that. Arrange a time one evening or something. Is that cold here? I didn't know too many wonder on Friday night. I think Friday night made me think of you. I hope it went better than what mine did. Oh, that was a nightmare, them bolts being seized. Absolute nightmare. Yeah, super. I agree with you. EVs, whether you love them or hate them, it's coming in. I will be doing videos soon on EV cars. I've basically done more or less all the courses I need to do to actually work on them kind of legally. I've got my tools sorted. So what I plan to do is get a Prius in, get one in that's not a customer's, and go through a few bits, you know, maybe strip it down a bit, tell you how things work, how things test them. But one thing I will say is, if you are getting into mechanics, you really do want to be getting into EVs. The only issue with it is, it's, the tooling is crazy. You know, one of the multimeters you need that Toyota recommend just for one multimeter alone is 1,500. And you need a lot more than that. You need insulated tools, you need gloves, 3 pairs of gloves, and the special 1,000-volt gloves, depending on which brand you make or you buy, and you obviously want to buy a decent brand. They can be over 100 quid a set. They only last for a year, and you have to get them recertified. They only last 2 years, and you have to throw them out. Or is it 3 years? I think I can't remember exactly. So yeah, the tooling, but it's obviously to save your life. The tools you need is crazy. You know, but that's just the way it's gone. If you can get in there early, like there's not too many people, well, there's not really anyone around where me doing it. I do a bit of work for a couple of the main dealers as well, and it's just I haven't had any cars in with like proper faults yet because they're all still fairly new. Some of the Toyotas have had faults with, but you know, they're just simple faults. So yeah, yes, Mike, special voltmeter. I've got some here, but they're not. If I can just get one out. Things like this one. I don't know if this is 1,000. I think this is a Cat 3, isn't it? Yeah, this is Cat 3. So in other words, this is for a 1,000-volt vehicle. You know, and there's just loads of things you need. You can't use a normal multimeter. Well, you can, but it won't last long. If you're trying to do 700-volt circuits or something, you're going to get fried. So yeah, just special tools, special gloves, special clothes, special masks. You know, and there's a few other tricks you need to learn when you work on electric vehicles. Like, it's always best, if possible, to use one hand. When you're testing a circuit, for example, you've got a multimeter lead in your hand, like this. So what you would normally do, again, I'll be going through all this in a proper video, but what you would normally do on a car, you'd have your 2 hands like this, and you'd press on something, you know, you'd see 12 volts or whatever, you know, 5 volts, whatever you happen to be testing. That's the last thing you want to be doing on an electric vehicle. You do not want to be using 2 hands like this. And before I say, does anybody know why you do not want to use 2 hands when you're testing on an electric vehicle? Can anyone tell me that? And this is one of them. This is a these are unbelievable. This one is the Bluetooth one. This is the 485. This is the bee's knees, the dog's bollocks when it comes to that. Yeah, and this is an insulating tester. Again, I'll be going through all this with you on different videos. Did I miss? Anyone said anything? Yeah. 2000. What do you think of them getting one? Yeah, I've heard good stuff about the Outlanders. Been doing Q-Vent repair. Oh, I'm missing stuff now. Hold on. Need to scroll up. One hand, yeah, one hand behind your back, but why? That's what I want to know. Ankle mask, you got it right, yeah. Yeah, a few people are getting it. Leon does the same thing watching porn, yeah. On both sides of the ground, your heart will take you down. I'm missing all that. I'm going to have to come get back to the chat. Yeah, essentially, you know, a good few people got it right. If you're working on a high voltage circuit, now 12 volts is not a problem. You know, you can do it on 12 volts. You're not going to really do anything. When you're working on a high voltage circuit, and you've got basically 2 hands like this, you are completing the circuit, and it can just go straight through your heart and kill you instantly. Where you hold it like this and kind of hold in one hand, put your other hand behind your back or something, you've got more of a chance. Now, I'm not saying you're going to survive, but you've got more of a chance. And the other thing is, what people don't realize and again, I'll be going through this all on separate videos. You can see these are only Cat2 leads. And again, can anyone tell me why you can't work on electric vehicles with these leads? Let people answer before the same. Are there any vehicles assembled? I think there is a couple of factories in Ireland. I think there's a Honda or Toyota factory. I could be wrong with that. I don't know. So can anyone tell me? Yeah, Cat2 is only 600, but why? Why? Just forget about the Cat2 or Cat3 for the minute, because I tell you something. Don't know if the camera's going to show, but these are Cat3 leads, but they're not Cat3 leads, if that makes sense. Why are they not Cat3 leads? But why are they? Why? There we go. Steve got it. Thomas got it. I kind of knew that. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't answer because I knew they would know. Thanks for spoiling it. Yeah. Shits. But, okay then. Right. But these are Cat3 leads, and I can prove it. Because we have the triangle on them. The camera's not going to show it up. The camera is not going to show it. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. We've got the triangle. I know I asked. But why are these Cat3 leads? These are rated for Cat3 leads. So how are they Cat3 leads? It's a bit of a trick question. Any of these about 400 volts. Yeah, but not all of them. Some of the newer ones, like a Tesla, well, I know that's a full electric car. They're a lot more than that. You know, it just depends on the car. But still, 400 volts. You don't want to be messing with 400 volts. Well, technically, Thomas, but these leads do something really cool. They're proper flute leads. They're brilliant. See if I can show you. Ready? So what we do is we twist. Look at that. Now, that's a Cat3 lead now. You can see that? These are built in. You can put that down, and this allows you to put, you know, like clamps and stuff on, but they're actually built in. How cool is that? Yeah, that's now a Cat3 lead. That is a Cat2 lead. You have to be very careful. And otherwise, you know, wearing jewelry and stuff like this, if you've got chains and stuff on like that, that's going to be no good to you either. So yeah, I'll be going through all that on videos anyway. And I want to try and get a Prius, like I said. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I want to try and buy an old Prius and, you know, allow me to kind of work on it, strip it down, because obviously I can't strip a customer's Prius down because they're not going to be happy. Just come in for an oil change, and here's me getting MG1 and MG2 out. they're not going to be happy. So that's, oh yeah, I've got them here. This is the reason why Flute do this, because, for example, this is also a Cat3 clamp. You can see that, fully insulated, Cat3, but when it's up like that, that won't fit on. So it allows you to slide that down, fit this on, and then you've got a Cat3 clamp on the end of your leads. Fantastic. But, what's my phone just dropped? The Flute leads aren't cheap, but they're fantastic. One of the best leads I've ever used. Cheap leads are just a nightmare. I'm missing all the chat now. What have I missed? Spring-loaded. Fancy. You need getting very kinky. You love kinky though. Because I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to find a cheap early one, just so I can do a few bits with it, have it kind of here and strip it down and stuff like that. Because there is a few different electric vehicles depending on how they're actually driven. There's 3 or 4 types, I believe. You know, in series and all that sort of stuff. There's loads. Again, the Prius, you know, obviously is only one of them, but there's loads of different ones. But you get the idea. Once you kind of work on one, you kind of get the idea. It's the same as the Section C5. I've been watching my Section C5 video. I need to get my old dog and bone. It's fallen on the floor. Maybe scratch the screen even more. Oh, that rhymed. Did you hear that? Did I smash it even more? Yeah. Oh well. Where am I originally from? I'm from Lincoln. From Lincoln, Lincoln City itself, where the old Lancaster bombers flew off. Well, they flew off from Watteau, but it's close to Lincoln. That's where I'm from. Big, huge cathedral. Lovely city. Very famous because of the Dam Busters raid and the Red Arrows. So yeah, very famous. Red Arrows are from there. Dam Busters are from, well, the 617 Squadron was from there. Where's the cable? Which cable bag? Steve, what have I missed? Just over 35 miles from Lincoln. Oh, small world, isn't it? What cable bag are you talking about, Steve? So, I suppose we better show the last kind of tool. Clicking. Now, this is awesome. I wish scan tools were kind of made like this, because this thing, I know scan tools are different because you can't really, there's no scan tool that does everything, because there's so many different cars out there that use different, you know, stuff, and it's very difficult for one manufacturer to kind of get a full range for scan tools. I understand that. And if there was, it would be absolutely ridiculously expensive. But this is a TPMS tool, right? There it is. It's a Technomotor one, right? TPMS tool. Well, it looks like an alien, doesn't it? The camera. But I got this from Ryan's Automotive. And again, if you're in Ireland, well, even if you're not in Ireland, but Ryan's Automotive, they do they do just more or less everything. And I got this from him. He didn't send it to me. I actually purchased it, so it's not like I'm trying to big them up or anything. But it essentially, basically does more or less every single TPMS out there on the market. But what it also does, which is really cool, and let me just see the chat. Did I not read it properly? Ah, yeah, sorry, Steve. I thought you were about the leads. Yeah, I wasn't looking at it properly, so there we go. Tips. But anyway, so, but yeah, Ryan's Automotive, they're in Ireland, they're a few hours away from me. I will be doing videos and doing training courses and everything, but this thing is phenomenal, because what it actually does is, if you get the full one like I've got, you get an OBD2 lead with it, which you can plug in. But what it does is it programs, I can't say every single one, but 99% of TPMS out there. It programs all the main dealer ones, even though some of the main dealer ones you don't need to program. But all the aftermarket ones it programs. Not only that, when you plug it into a car, it will tell you what aftermarket ones will work with that car. It will actually tell you. And there's more than one way of programming it in. You don't have to physically touch it next to it and program it in. If you've got the long number, you can just put the number in and it will program it in for you. If you get in an aftermarket one, it will write a new number and it will then plug into the car and program it from the car. This thing is phenomenal. I'll just see if we can, I don't know how much battery is in it. You know, it just does test keys, it just tests everything. It is absolutely unreal. So if I just go into, say, Peugeot 2008, between 2008 and 13, now if that includes weight, I want to see if it actually, oh no, I went the wrong one. Let's go back. Technical data. This is what I really like about it too. So it tells you how. Oh, I'm not going to really show it. No, I'm not about to. I'll show it on a proper video, but it basically tells you how tight you need to tight the how tight you need to the sensor. You know, which sensors work for that vehicle, how to relearn the sensors. It tells you absolutely everything. There's no other tool, I don't think. The reason why I went for this one is because there's no other tool on the market that actually does as much as this. There is TPMS sensors ones out there. Let me just see what I'm missing. Yeah, Lincolnshire is main edge, but I lived in this city, so we never really saw any tractors. I saw more tractors when I came to Ireland than when I lived in Lincoln. Eric's here. Eric, how you doing? What's the website? Tools Direct. No, I haven't been to Tools Direct. Hobby tools testing that we have before. I'm trying to get one to work. Okay. Yeah, if you go onto any of my videos on the Hobby Tools, any of the videos I've done for the Hobby Tools, you'll see their website and their Facebook pages there. I would go to their Facebook page because it's easier to message them on Facebook and they'll get back to you. Just trying to see now. Where was I with this thing? So yeah, there is cheaper TPMS tools out there, but they only will program their particular sensors. So what some TPMS tools do, which you have to be careful, you might see one and it's really cheap and you think, oh, that's really cheap, I'll get that because it's cheaper than this one, for example. But what you have to be careful of is they will only program their own sensor. Now, there's not one sensor that will just do every car. So you haven't got all the cars in the range. This basically has all the cars in the range. There's 2 years of free updates when you actually buy it. And like I said, it will tell you if a sensor is bad, what sensors will work for this car. And you can order whatever sensors work for this car. You can program it in through the OBD2 port. You can program it in through the number if it's not damaged, if it's just broken. You can even program it if it's reading, but it's not communicating with the computer. You can even get the number off that and program it. There's loads of different ways to program it. Again, I will be doing a separate video on this because there's just too much to talk about this on one video. There's even a training course thing that you can get for it, and hopefully what we're trying to do is we're just making sure there's going to be no issues with copyright or anything. But we're going to try and see if I can show some of the training videos on this tool that you can actually get for them as well. So yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. How much was it, Leon? This tool isn't cheap, but it's good. Again, I go through all that in a different video. You know, it's over €1,000, but that's just the way things are. You will not find a cheaper TPMS tool for what this does. You just will not find one out there. I looked before I got this one. I looked. You can buy TPMS tools for like 50 quid and 500 quid and all that sort of stuff, and that sounds great. That sounds great, but it doesn't do as much as this. That's what you have to be careful of. Just because you go out and buy one and it's 500 quid, and you think, well, it's it's 600-700 quid cheaper than this one, and you think you've saved money. You haven't, because that might only program one particular sensor. So one, you're stuck to one particular sensor. Two, you're not going to cover every single car because there's not one sensor that does every single car. So this kind of does more or less everything on the market at the minute. There's always going to be slight holes, but it's close. What am I missing? What have I missed? Oh, tell Eric how to say hello in Irish, is it? I'll tell Eric. Eric, if you ever come to Ireland, the way to say hello, if you watch, you'll see it, it's Pogue my home. So if you come to Ireland, say Pogue my home to anybody, and they'll know exactly what you mean. It's a nice greeting to say to somebody in Ireland. Autel TPMS tool. Use 95% coverage. Yeah, the coverage is the most important thing. But like I said, what this tells you is just is brilliant. And they've been making, this particular company, they've been making TPMS sensors for longer than anybody, I believe. They've been doing it. They basically led the way with the technology, so they really know what they're talking about. It just depends if you're. It's like everything. If you're in a main dealer and stuff, and you just do, you don't really worry about aftermarket sensors, and you're okay. But if you kind of in the real world, like we are, some of the aftermarket sensors, you just might need to buy sometimes because they're a hell of a lot cheaper, and it's just the way it goes. So you need to be able to program them. Pogue my home. No, Pogue my home. Pogue my home. Not Pogue my home. Pogue my home. It's Irish for hello, Eric. I promise. It's Irish for hello. Then so much here. Pogue my home. So yeah, anyone coming to Ireland, as soon as you get off the plane, just say Pogue my home to everybody. And you'll get it. Pogue me home. Just want to check something here now, just to get the right spelling. Pogue my home. I'm not sure the correct spelling. I used to know it. Pogue my home. Pogue my home, Eric. Phil, how you doing? That's it. Dave's got it. That's how you say it. No, it's not actually. Pogue me. He's got the first two right, but the home. But yeah, just say Pogue my home to everybody. You don't need to spell it. Just say it. Oh, Vanessa's here. Everybody, Vanessa's here. Can you sit down yet, Vanessa? Is all the scars healed up from the operation? When you're releasing the new pictures? See what you've got to say. Vanessa's in, everybody. You'll see him there, one auto. His name is Vanessa because he had a sex change. That's why he's not making any more videos. Well, he is, but he has to wait for everything to heal first. Isn't that right, Vanessa? Let's see if we can get Vanessa on the phone. Will he answer?
Hello, Leon.
Vanessa, how you doing? Oh, your voice has definitely got better.
How are you?
Everyone missed you. Car exposed. Thank you very much. Sorry, I just answered someone here. Thank you very much. Go on, Leon, have a drink. Hello. Thanks, mate. Right, Vanessa. So, how have you been? Everyone's been wondering where you are. I don't know if this is loud. Can everyone hear Vanessa all right? I didn't think you'd answer the phone.
Anyway, I thought it was Karen.
You bought a what?
I thought the name was Karen.
No, it was Vanessa you told me. Have you changed it again?
Oh, okay.
That's not very nice, is it? Oh, he's hung up as well. Oh, Vanessa. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, is he going to come back? Yeah, a few people are going up to that, the TST on Friday. I've been hearing a lot about it. See you later, Thomas. Thanks for popping in. Well, I'm going to be going shortly, unless anyone's got any more questions, because I need to get home. And it's bloody cold in here. Yeah. So we're putting up some videos over the next few days. Normal service has been resumed. Over where? In America, is it? Is he going to come back? Are you going to come back, Rob? Or Vanessa? See, it just, yeah, I need to get used to calling Vanessa. Thanks, Mike. Well, thank you. Any more questions before I go? I finally got my first snap on that chip. Well done, mate. Make sure you turn it off at night so you don't wear down the battery. It says on and off, so make sure you turn it off. It's a good tip for the old snap-on ones there. Ten thumbs down. Oh, I got 10 thumbs down. Wow, brilliant. I got a thumbs down 5 hours before I even started. So we got 10 now. That's awesome. We know we're doing something right when we got that. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that. That's fantastic. But if we've got, oh, yeah, 10. I would need more. We need more thumbs down. More thumbs down. It's messed up. Oh, Rob. Yeah, I had a thumbs down 5 hours. 5 hours before I even started, I had a thumbs down. It was brilliant. You know, see, you haven't made it on YouTube until you start getting thumbs down before you started the video. You just haven't made it. That's the way you know you've made it, when you start getting thumbs down before you even start. Yeah, time to come back, Ronaldo. The last video I knew Rob was making, he was in a YMCA cover band. He was, I think he was the Indian guy in the YMCA cover band. So you should put on that video shortly. See you later, Eric. Thanks for popping in. Oh, I don't mind thumbs down. I don't mind thumbs down or the hate. It doesn't, honestly, doesn't bother me. It really doesn't bother me. I couldn't care less. I'm pissed off that I've only got 10 thumbs down. Should be more. We should be getting more. 10's not enough. Didn't release it yet. I can't wait to see it, Rob. I can't wait to see it. So any more questions before I go? If there's not any more questions, I'll go and get something to eat, because I'm bloody Aunt Marvin. You always have to wait after you've asked the question because of the lag between me asking the question and you seeing the chat. Slant chair, you too, mate. Thanks. So any questions? What are we going to call it? What's the time now? 1:15. Good to see you back though, Rob. It's about time. All right, that's it then. No more questions. So, like I said, I will be doing videos on them other tools. Be doing videos on the tool holders, because they are just absolutely fantastic. And we'll be doing a video on this bad boy because I think people are going to want to see it. Is it worth essentially £3 grand, or just under £3 grand? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? At the end of the day, if someone loses a part of their body because of a bad tool, I'm sure they'll pay £3 grand to get that part back. But anyway, we'll see if it's worth it, and we'll see about the other tools. And I'll leave all the links down to everyone's channels that I gave a shout out to, and all the stickers. Really appreciate you want to send me any stickers, anybody, just let me know. And we'll give you a shout out. So thanks to Mike for the t-shirt. It's going to be awesome. Just want the mechanic. I think he's gone now, but thank you. And thanks to everyone that sent stickers. So we've got SMA, just in case you missed them. SMA Auto is here, and then we've got Hard Knocks 4 there. So thank you, everybody. We've got also the toolbox widget. Check them out. If you've got any organizing for your toolbox, believe me, you're going to want to check them out. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for popping along. We'll be doing some more videos, some more cool stuff coming up, more cool stuff for the old Pico. And yeah, that's it. So look, everybody, thanks. Sorted.